Hello YouTube, here's a Star Dragon World profile. I know you're surprised, so am I. So obviously the flag is Star Dragon World. The buddy, I know, is Fret. Because Fret is good. We'll get into that straight away because the first 4 of in the deck is naturally Fret. When it enters on the left, if you have another Astro Dragon, you gain 2 gauge and draw a card. So if you're buddying it, why not get a life as well? It makes perfect sense. Borgia costs a gauge to call, but the best thing about this is you can search your item. So just as in Danger World, where you had Cerberus, you have Weapon Search, which means you can still get your Galaxy F off without taking too much space, which is lovely. Gyron, oh my god, this card would be terrible in anything else. The funny thing is, Prism Dragons got one and they never used it because it was bad. This time round, like, Gyron is so good. I'll just call this to the left, I will gain Soul Guard, and then you have to attack. Because let's just stop you from killing Cross. We have 2 Chevron. You do not need more than 2 Chevron. It's your double attack guy. You have so much draw power in the deck that you will see it, and if not, you can emergency tactics it back. So the 2 of those, obviously for your Galaxy F with your primary cross. Primary cross, speaking of, 4 copies, 2 gauge, and it has Soul Guard. Its Galaxy F is everything, including your item, obviously the side, gains a crit and gains penetrate. So obviously you just slam for the center. Your primary item has double attack, so you have like Chevron on one side, you have Argent All on the other, you have Cross in the center, and your bow, and you just swing until your opponent dies. Sorry, Ryan. You have Rainbow Astrologia, give everything 10k. A lot of people are using the +1 life per attack, but personally I prefer this because if you come up against a wall deck or another Astro Dragon deck, you don't want them going, okay, you lose 5k, and then you can't hit. But with that, everything gains 10k. So it's a very nice card, and it's lower gauge. 2 Argent All. Size 3, double attack, Soul Guard. When it enters, if you have an item, then you can pop something. And if you have an Astro on your center, it becomes a size 0, so it's another double attack for you. It gives you pop power. It's a very solid card, hence why we play just the 2, because we can search it. Your bow, your main item, double attack, 6k power. Let's just do that. I mean, yeah. Runestone, your backup item. We play 2 copies of that, unlike the 4 bow. Runestone, just like the bow, they both attack through the center. But the big thing about Runestone is its power scaling. So if you come up against a wall deck, you ideally want to go Rainbow and you want to go Runestone. Next, we have the Battle Preparations. The set spell, you can only play 1. When you call, you gain a life and draw a card. It's, again, draw power. People are playing 4 of this. You don't need 4 of this because you have the search power. This is the, your field doesn't die, and you draw a card, and everything gains plus 3k. Again, power scaling, the reason you use it is so your opponent can't interrupt your Galaxy F. Emergency Tactics, it says on the tin, pretty much. A gauge, countercall something by paying its call cost. You could play more because obviously it's a Silent Voice, or I can't remember the name of the Darkness Dragon World thing. But yeah, it's good. You can play 2 to 3. I'd say 2 is the best number. Personally, I would highly advise it. We have the potential stupid card. You need an Astro Dragon on the field for this, but look at the top 4. That's what makes it good. And choose items or monsters. Up to 2, add them to your hand, the rest go to the gauge. At worst, this is a Hyper Energy. At best, it's a gauge 2, draw 2. On the subject of gauge 2, draw 2s, we do play 4 of the, when you have 2 or more Astros and an item on the field, you draw 2, gauge 2, and gain a life. Not in that order, you gauge first. But, yeah, that's a thing. 2 of the Immovable Force, because oh my god, that card. I'll just gauge and rest you guy, it can't stand. It stops OTKs, as does the last card in the deck, Crystallization Phenomenon. Draw a card, rest something, null its abilities. Fantastic card. But that is the profile. If you have any questions, so forth, feel free to ask. Check out our Facebook, check out our actual website, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Check out our Twitter, come into Geeks Headquarters, and happy gaming.